That's right. Fugees. Everybody going yard in a Fuji la. He was the one with the verses everybody seemed to forget. The third member, the third brother. He was the more lyrical out of all of them. But before you judge the man, let's go into this, and then I got some insight to throw on this that's nobody know. But this is gonna make a lot of sense when it's all said and done. Now, Pras is facing 22 years in prison for something he didn't even do. Oh, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Now, I just want everybody to get a chance to get in here before we get started. Now, in case y'all didn't know, Pras is in court right now testifying in a federal conspiracy trial. He was consulting with his attorneys, Dan Philman, and everything about him during the testimony. He admitted that he served as an FBI informant. You see, the Rolling Stones and all that, this is all to get the man from China, who they consider the big, his name is Joe Low. I cannot make that up. Joe Low. Joe Low is a billionaire. Like, he's a financier. This guy named Wei Hu or Wei Yu or whatever, Gao Wei Yu. Gao Wei Yu is like a Chinese billionaire also, and they have money. And the guy who's his financier is Joe Low. Now, Joe Low is currently a fugitive on the run right now. But see, everybody loved taking his money. He financed the entire movie for The Wolf of Wall Street. All the extra money they needed, he put it up for the Jordan Belfort movie. Now, during China's attempt to extradite Gao Wenyang and the three Americans that was being held hostage, Pras said he took it upon himself to report because he thought the FBI should know. You got the FBI on speed dial? Now, he's being charged with federal counts of conspiracy and falsifying reports. The charges are tied to Joe Low's alleged crimes in which he is accused of, stealing about 4.5 billion. Yeah, he was in a sovereign wealth fund that they had in Malaysia. They saying that Joe Low stole about 4.5 billion. Yeah, but Pras had some very rich friends and had a lot of rich connections. Now, the person of interest in the crime and the person that put the movie together, Leonardo DiCaprio, who starred in the movie, that's Joe Low. And Pras is not even in the damn movie. But Pras approximately, somewhat, got a check for putting this whole thing together and all this stuff. The ghetto superstar. Yeah. But now they got Pras as the face of this. None of this have anything to do with anybody black, but Pras is the guy they really throwing him under the bus. They're not throwing Leo under the bus. Or the filmmaker, Scorsese, who took the money. They knew the money was coming from somebody crooked. They were at the party and they said, nobody who got money spend money like this. Unless you're Gilbert Arenas. But other than that, nobody with money spend money like that. They know that. They're rich. They got money. They're like, we don't spend money like this. They said Pras and Joe Low met at a nightclub in 2006, where Pras said he served as a celebrity surrogate. And he got paid $20 million so he can get a photo with President Obama in 2012. Lowe did get the photo at the White House Christmas party that year. So he got the $20 million. That's how much money Joe Lowe had. Pras got $20 million from him just for setting up the picture. So like I said, he got DiCaprio didn't know Pras was snitching at all. He didn't know he was an informant. He didn't know any of that. But the thing is that he the one that got the money and brought in this financier. Pras did. So Pras was going to join politics, as he says, as a means to help people. And that's how he met Lowe. He was zealous about it. He said, I was one of those people who was just dabbling. I never thought I would be a full-time into politics. I realized politics is not for me. The problem with politics is this, is that the people within politics, they're dirtier than the people who are not in politics. Duh. He insists that he never made any political donations on Joe Lowe's behalf. So that's his take on it when he testified. But he still faces 22 years in prison for his involvement. Now, does this have a lot to do with China financing Russia? Yes. Come on. This is to put pressure on China and say, hey, look what you guys did. You guys was hiding Americans. Pras is trying to give the Americans something and said, I notified the FBI, I was informing them. But I'm going to go back to Ja Rule, the whole situation with 50 Cent and Murder Inc. Pras, back then, we were in Wyclef's studio. This is in New York. My cousins, them down there rapping and all that stuff. They're in Wyclef's studio. It's a guy that's some kin to actually Haitian Jack people. He's Haitian also. He's the one that knew about the Quad City, everything. He's got his back all slashed up. I gotta ask my cousin if he remember that dude's name. That guy also said this is why Wyclef and Pras end up falling out. Oh, now I got rabbits back in the yard. But Pras and them often fell out due to stuff like this. Hell, I got an ice mountain water thing. But yeah, it was often over that situation. But he said when the whole stabbing took place with Murder Inc., that they believe Pras was the one who rolled over on Irv Gotti and Ja. He the one that set up the whole thing. The whole incident would have never happened if Pras didn't instigate and tell Ja Rule to go and do that. He told Ja Rule to go and do something about it. He was like, man, because Ja kept talking about it and like, yo, man, yeah, I'm going to smash that dude when I see him. And he just got tired of him talking and was like, look, them dudes is upstairs right now recording, man. Shoot, you doing all this talking, go do something about it. So a lot of people felt he did that. Yeah, 50 got cut. He was on the elevator with one dude. I forgot. And they was like, are you all right? You good? And 50 just looked at him like crazy. And then they got off the elevator. So he went to the hospital to get stitched up. And that's when they questioned him about who stabbed who and what's what. Another incident went down where not Pras, Wyclef. He got caught. They were supposed to do something in Haiti to give something back to the people in Haiti. And the U.S. government came after Wyclef. And then the Haitian government thought Wyclef was stealing money, which he wasn't. A lot of people felt Pras was jealous about how much he was getting for the contributions when a lot of it was going to Wyclef. Clef was doing a lot of stuff on his own aside from Pras. Had nothing to do with him. Well, he felt he got snaked out of the song The Rock, right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson was supposed to do a song with Pras. That was supposed to be Pras and The Rock. They were supposed to work together on the project. But Wyclef ended up intervening, and then they ended up doing the song. Clef was gonna produce it. I mean, Pras was supposed to produce the record and be on it. It was supposed to be a Pras record. That didn't happen. Oh, Pras felt guilty about what happened with Murder Inc. So he put Ja Rule in the movie that he got financed by one of his homeboys. I don't know if y'all remember that movie with Pras when he was trying to be a rapper and a producer and all of that. And Pras got the money for the movie. Pras got that money for that movie. So once that happened, turn it up. Yep. That was his way of making it up to Ja Rule, because he felt he messed up his career by sending him at 50 Cent. So Ja Rule played, that was like another remix of Belly with Ja Rule in it. Well, so far we don't know what all he's saying, but when you cooperating with the feds, normally it's because they got something on you. No one cooperate with the feds just to cooperate, to be a good Samaritan. Like he's trying to make it out to be, I'm trying to help those people. I'm like, so you just called the FBI? You getting involved? Be like, bruh, we don't get involved in international problems. We don't even call 911. And you talking about calling the feds? Are you crazy? We ain't calling no feds. None of us. I'll be like, that's the Americans' problem. The Americans gonna have to deal with that. They got people that get paid to do that, sir. Shoot, that's their job. And I'm like, it ain't my job to get involved in that. But because he's already in the grease, he need to give them something. See, when you don't give somebody something, this is the results. Well, Wyclef probably did take the money. Pras always blamed Wyclef for splitting up the group. Pras was a big problem in the group. Because he kept saying, you screwing around with Lauryn, that's going to mess up the group. Yo, I was communicating with the spirits and they said, you keep messing with Lauryn, you messing with the money. It's going to mess up the group. Just write the rhymes. So, that's what I'm saying. Lauryn Hill couldn't write a song to save her life. She could sing, but she couldn't make original songs. So everybody else was making the money off her album. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she basically made $3 off that album. If that. I don't think she made a dime because the writers of the album sued her. And they got their money. They got no credits on the album. They like, hey man, we wrote these songs. So they sued and they won. So the record company felt scammed when they thought, hey, wait a minute. You didn't write these songs, we went to court. But they thought they had an agreement to keep them quiet because they were ghostwriters, that it was a flat fee. They never gave up the permission or the rights. Had they went through the record company properly, instead of trying to do it low key, it would have been done the right way. But because they wanted to hide the fact that she wasn't writing, that tainted everything. Man, Pras gave up a lot of people when he needed to. Trust me. I don't trust Pras. Now you got to go all the way back to the 90s. How long has he been working with the feds? He's going to make it look like, oh, this just recently happened. I don't trust nothing now. When you start working with the feds, you got to go all the way back to the beginning now. You do. You got to go all the way back to everything they done went through and how they were connected. When Tupac came to New York, the only person that knew he was there when he was staying in that nut house was the Outlaws. None of his girlfriends knew where he was. The Outlaws knew, and Pras. That was it. And he was like, why you got me meeting you at this crazy house? He was like, because everybody, he's like, who was looking for me would come here to look for me. He was like, true. That is true. But he trusted Pras. Pras is one of the guys he trusted. So now I believe that's who told him, because he was mad at Wyclef. When they had the Fugees album, when they put the score out, you listen to all the songs, and I'm telling you, it wasn't Pras, it was Wyclef. Clef was the one doing all the dissing. He was taking shots at Tupac because he's rolled with Jack. That's his people. The Haitians was running hip hop deep. They were running it all. Yeah. So that's how Pac knew. I heard the Fugees was trying to do me. Because I bet you Pras told him, man, Clef, man, he the one dissing you. I know it. Pras told him the whole nine. I don't trust nothing from him now. His name is coming up in everything. If you trace it back, Pras. Trace it back, Pras. He right there. Now he working with the feds. Makes sense to me. Right. Wyclef was dissing Tupac the entire album. The entire album is him dissing Tupac. It is undeniable. If you listen to Cowboys, it's so obvious he's dissing Tupac. You like, well, damn. And then he's writing for Lauryn. Lauryn Hill is a freestyler. She's great at freestyling. That's what she always used to do. And they'd be like, man, she cold, but she can't write raps. Every time she try to do something written, it don't come out right. So Pras, Wyclef used to write all those songs. Yeah. So if anybody who thought he was blindsidingly attacking them just because they were hot and they had the #1 album, that might have played a part in, but that really wasn't it. They was dissing them. Right, he was making it like, Wyclef was making it look like Tupac was acting. Oh, everybody want to be cowboys. But see, that was the thing. Tretch, who was his homeboy, wasn't even there. When they all went to that MTV Awards, Tretch did not show up over there with Pop. He wasn't there. They had that falling out, but that was beside the point. Tretch couldn't be there and wasn't gonna be there because now this is affecting his homeland, Orange, New Jersey. Who's from Orange, New Jersey? Basically, the Fugees, them Haitians. Lauryn Hill. His people. Everybody was weird. They was acting so damn weird at that time. That's what blew my mind. Pras is at the center of all of it. That's why when Ghetto Superstar came out, and it was like, all right, Pras is gonna blow up. And he had his moment. He got mad. His album didn't do what everybody thought it was gonna do. Because all that really was Ghetto Superstar. Yeah, so a lot of it was exceeded and impeded on. If you look back at the dates, if you look back at all of the drama, all of the nonsense that went down, you will see a couple of things that were factual. Karl Malone wrote for Pras. Yes. Thank you all for hitting the like button. Some of y'all ain't had to tell, but yeah. Hit the like button. Coming through the door. Oh no, Nessa. is a female that she was a singer and she was working with Pras. And she was going to be on the soundtrack for that movie that they had out. Then when Irv Gotti ended up getting hit with the feds, that case there, all of a sudden they had all this other information about Interscope, 50 Cent, Chris Gotti, his list of all this extra things that they wouldn't know. Like, how did the feds know this stuff? Who was Irv Gotti close to in that situation? Who was everybody, Chris Gotti and them, they were cool with? Pras. Pras was there all the time. He in the recording sessions of the studios back then. So when they got all these full accounts for, like, we know this happened and X, Y, X, X, and X, and X happened. Now, Chris Gotti was crazy at the time. He was doing a bunch of dumb things with a bunch of dumb people. Allegedly smoking dust and getting just wilding out. So Irv Gotti, when they got caught up in the feds, Jay-Z knew it was coming. Okay. Jay-Z knew it was coming. And the reason Jay-Z knew it was coming was because he was informed. See, Jimmy Iovine and Interscope did that because they were like, how dare you come after Eminem? Eminem is our property. You don't hurt nobody from our crew, and you affecting our money. What is you doing? Now, you can go at it with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent all you want. We want that. But don't you dare try to start a beef and talking about harming Eminem. And you know we had to battle Suge Knight just to get here? And now you talking about taking him away? So Pras is now facing 22 years because, yeah, you helped the feds out in the past, but now you got to give him something. So now he had to reveal he been working with the feds. The feds don't just say, okay, well, you told us about this, you're out of trouble, thank you for your cooperation. You forever working for them. Snitch 9, he still worked for the feds. That's part of his agreement. For the length of the whatever sentence he was supposed to get, he still got to report to the FBI and tell them about activities. They bring him in for a report, a briefing, a debriefing. What's been going on? Okay, well, have you been around any associated criminals? He's like, not that I know, none that I know. You know, he's not supposed to be around any other people with that got criminal records. That's a violation. Any violation, he go right back to jail if they violate him. So what you think he finna do? Even if he don't know anything, he gonna make something up. So why would you hang around a guy like that? You don't. Yeah, I should have patented that Snitch 9. Because every since I used to call him Teriyaki Snitch 9. And ever since then, it just caught like wildfire, and it was Snitch 9 everywhere. Pras set it up. He didn't set it up. He basically instigated it. They were upstairs recording, the G Unit and all that. They were upstairs recording. And jotting them downstairs. Well, 50 and his crew was upstairs. I don't know if like Banks in there. I know Yayo was there. And they downstairs talking about what they finna do to them. And Pras is like, they upstairs recording right now. And that messed up a lot of Ja Rule's situations. So he put Ja in that movie because that's who he was cool with. Ja, Murder Inc. and all them. So out of guilt, he felt like he was going to make that right. And gave Ja a paycheck by putting him in that movie. But he the one that was rolling with the clique. Now that you know that he's an informant, now you don't know how long he been there really. You can't trust what Pras say. He was the only guy next to anybody that when Tupac came there. If you wasn't with Death Row, when he came back for the Saturday Night Live performance that he did in New York for Saturday Night Live, the only people that knew he was there was the Outlaws. That was it. They knew he stayed at a crazy house. That was the Outlaws and Pras. That's it. Pras came to visit. And ever since he took that trip back, it was on with the Fugees. He never had a problem with the Fugees until after that fact. When he came home, a lot of people don't know. And Tupac confused people when he say that. He was like, in the middle of my West Side ride, I went to New York, nothing happened, no problems. That's not what happened. Hit 'Em Up was not out and released at that time. If they recorded it previously, so be it. But nobody heard it yet. But I'm going to tell you, that song didn't come out till when Pac went back to New York after doing Saturday Night Live. Yeah. So you had John Forte and you got Pras working with the feds. So when you see that, you got to start asking yourself some more questions. Who else? What else? What do they know? How much do they know? You got to question all of it. Is Snoop with the feds? Absolutely he is. You even doubt it? That's one thing Suge did not lie about. Suge told you the truth. How many times was Snoop pulled over and busted with pounds of weed and never went to jail? Never went into a jailhouse ever again. This is before it was legalized. This is when it was still, you go to jail for weed. How many times Snoop was arrested? They had a pistol on somebody in the car, all kind of crazy. It was all these arrests that nobody know about that just disappeared. He knew if he went to jail what was going to happen to him. When he left Death Row, it was continued. That's when I believe that's when he he start working with the feds. The moment he left death row for his own protection. He was even talking about all the stuff that happened when he got jumped at Nickelodeon Studios. It was pointing fingers and giving a beat cop who was just there to do a report. A beat cop was there just to do a report. And that happened. So I wouldn't do no activity in front of Snoop. Man, there's so many of these people cooperating with the feds now because now there's no repercussions. Now ain't no repercussions. This almost considered to be cool. You can almost tell those who are protected because they come out and lie about the past. They come out and lie. And they try to change history. When he was doing that, I'm like, Snoop do that all the time. And it was like, Snoop, you lying. You got a diss song out on Biggie right here. And they never address it because they know it's there, but they want to omit it to make it look like it don't exist. Nobody who questioning him gonna say, hey man, you got a diss song on Biggie. So, yeah, I already know about Snoop. Don't trust him at all. Anybody beating gun cases? Shoot, T.I. What that tell you? You think that man just finna walk? Shoot, rappers all knew, but they went back to hanging around the dude. Right. Like you said, man, I ain't saying he told, but tell me something. A silencer alone gets you 20-something. Homie got caught with some hardware, and he home already. Something wrong there. If I don't see it, I don't say it. That's how I play it. But the guidelines is guidelines, no exceptions. Whoever think he ain't told, man, y'all tip it. Exactly. Shoot, 50 even told you. Homie get caught with 10 guns, only get 12 months. Ooh wee. Don't talk to me. You talking to him. You talking to them. I got the best money that lawyers could buy. They said they would have gave me 10 or maybe 9. I said, well, how in the world did they let homie breathe? Either you keep your mouth shut or you eat the cheese. You so tough. That's the thing, though. He got priors. Then he violated the damn thing, having ecstasy pills and all this stuff in the car, and had to go back to jail for being stupid, violating his agreement. So he had to go serve some more time. He did the Crime Stoppers video. Then he just came out and said, oh, I told on my cousin. He told me to from the grave. He already gone, so I gave him that one. If you could use that to get out, if you in a jam, first he went from I ain't told to check my paperwork. I got a paperwork party. Man, the feds got it now. You can tell and don't even be on the books. I'm serious. They got it now where you can tell and you ain't even got to be on the books. Oh, you can't tell me Jay ain't working with the feds. Jay been working with the feds for a very long time. Ever since they had him on probation, he was working with them boys. When he got credited for stabbing Un, he cut a deal. I wouldn't trust him either. I'm gonna give y'all another informant. It's gonna shock y'all whole heart right now. I was gonna wait to do it on the Patreon, but I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. Hit the like button though. Hit the like button up. The next super chat, I'll do it. I'll tell you who I think the biggest one is. That'll be shocking to all of y'all. I'm gonna see if somebody guesses. Somebody said Boosie. Suge. That's funny, Miss Ray. One person guessed this. I was waiting to see if somebody was gonna guess it. So far, only one person guessed it. The person that I think is working with the feds, 100% working with the feds. And it broke my heart. Now here they come. Now people starting to say it. There it is. That boy Nas. Nasty Nas. Nasty Nas. Escobar. That dude to me is working with them boys. I think he's working with them. There's been a lot of evidence to say, yeah, he's working with them peoples. I'll go more in detail into that on the Patreon, why I believe that now. It was a lot of incidents that went on. Remember what I told y'all earlier, right? Watch for changing stories. Watch for that. When they start changing their history and they trying to remove certain things. There's a lot of stuff that happened and went down. And everybody claimed that Nas told, remember? Remember on one mic he was trying to tell y'all back in 2001? How could a kingpin squeal? This is crazy. That's why he got out of Queensbridge. Remember? They were saying that. He told on somebody. Some things that was going down. Somebody was doing something for his behalf. We'll go into a lot of that on the Patreon. So, you know, that's VIP Patreon material. So, oh, it ain't had nothing to do with Mega. Go back and listen to that verse on one mic, and you'll start to understand it. You're right, John. I'm just saying, that's what I believe. I'm going to go into the other reasons why I know, because this had came up before. But it's been every incident since then. He's aligned himself with that. When he told y'all hip-hop was dead, because he took the dig. Yo, hip-hop is dead. Like, feds run this. You better get your bread, because hip-hop is dead. He knew. You know, Nas is one of my favorite artists. But ask me if I believe that. I believe. I'm going to tell you why he did it. And it had nothing to do with him. So pay attention to the VIP Patreon tonight. We'll go more into it. So now that you know who the person is, I'm going to tell you why I believe it and what changed, what happened, whole deal, everything. Oh, KRS-One is still going to drop. You know, he's still going to give you the real. Chris, you ain't going to mess with Chris. No, it's a lot. It's a lot that went on. A lot of people came along. Why do you think Jay got all those people around him? And all of those people are like informants at Rock Nation. Why do you think that's the case? Because Jay feel better if he got a bunch of people ratting around him? That ain't why. No. They put them boys in his life. Them people got put in his life. He ain't got no choice but to work with them. Did you see Donnie Brasco? What happened to Donnie Brasco? And Donnie Brasco, well, when he came in there and he started working with his guy that he was working with, that they wanted him like introduce him to your friends. And he was like, man, I could get myself killed if I'm vouching for somebody I don't know. Like, are you serious right now? And they're like, no, it's gonna be good. Just introduce him. So they go and introduce him, right? And what happened? Dude was like a clown. Right, but he had to be introduced. They don't just trust you by yourself. They want somebody there that's going to have eyes and ears on the situation. So they'll have you introduce one of their people. Bring him in like he's a somebody. So they got Jay surrounded by all these informants at all times. Right? I'm telling you, everything's changed now. The game is so different now that it don't even matter what you do, say, or nothing. If you're not secure in what you're doing, heard he was telling the police, how could a kingpin squeal? This is crazy. I'm on the right track. I'm finally found. I did some soul searching. The time is now. Puffy didn't snitch on Shine. What he did was bring in fake witnesses that goes against the testimony of what he messed it up for Shine. Because Shine is telling the truth about what happened, but now Puff is getting himself out by bringing these fake witnesses in and people that wasn't even there to make up a whole different story, which goes totally against what Shine did. What people don't realize, yeah, man, you put two and two together. John Forte got ratted on by Pras. Period. In my opinion, point blank. He got informed on by Pras. They told on him. And then he had to become a fed. Oh, we know Lebron a snitch. Yeah, you got caught. That's how they build them. You get caught, you cut a deal. Start working. That's normally how it works. Get caught, what can you give me? So now that he admitted that he's an informant, he's trying to tell you, like, when he started. Like, it was just the one time. No, it's just the one time you got caught. What else you told? See, you ain't finna fool me with that. If somebody get caught, did he go down because he got caught? How did he get caught? How did they get on to him? I gotta question all of it. Right. I gotta question all of it now. Oh, I'm quite sure Gene's gonna have a fascinating story about this. Peace and blessings to Gene, man. Let him do his thing. I don't know. It's gonna be spectacular. I guarantee you that. I saw him. Look, I know his brother. And the guy used to do security outside the bowling alley on 114th. And we was in Lenox Square. And I tell you, I saw him. I said, something wrong with him right there. And they said, that's Pras. And I said, I don't trust him. I bet he the one that told when my man got his truck took. It was him. That's the same skinny guy. Look at that. Slack. You don't wear no slacks like that on unless it's Sunday. And it was a Wednesday. Hey, I ain't got to be telling you this. I'm just playing around. I'm just messing around. That is not verbatim. I don't know what Gene gonna say, actually. That's just me. Hey, it's captivating though, ain't it? It's captivating. We tell you exactly what happened to Kim Porter. We got it on the VIP Patreon. I'm not putting that on YouTube. Everybody else been doing it. I don't do that. That's on the Patreon. You want to see that? You want to know what happened to Prodigy? You want to know what all of them? Go to the Patreon. Yeah, Dominique, you got to get caught up. It's over 1,000 entries. I'm the most active person on Patreon. Period. Everybody put one thing up or two things up like a week on a normal. They contacted me like, we wish everybody was like you. Like your page has so much activity because I'm always updating it. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that. Like I got to give people space or whatever. I'm just like, people paying for it, I might as well give it to them, you know? Did not know that. I was the most active person on Patreon. Oh, the him choking on the egg? Go to the Patreon. And we not only do we name names, we got photos. We got photos. And people ain't even answering questions. They not even asking questions. I'm still gathering more information on that situation, so that's why I haven't said nothing. Carcino for Life on Patreon. The link should be in the description box, one. But just download the Patreon app. It's free to download the app. It's better. You get better alerts. The East Coast, West Coast riot was promoted by the government, by entertainment to sell magazines, but mostly the government wanted to push that coastal beef. And they used it as an angle to control hip hop and get it right where it needed to be. See, the more you get people beefing, then they commit crimes. Then all of these people had businesses. Every rapper had their own company. They had their own labels. Like almost every rapper had their own individual label, and they had themselves signed up as management. They had their own little production team. They had about 8 people working in a little cubicle office, but they were able to pay out salaries of $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year. Guys is getting out of jail, coming home, being bodyguards, so they didn't care about criminal records. Like, that's my homeboy, he my bodyguard. So they coming home with legal jobs that's tax paying. So if they're doing that, they're not committing crimes. Now African Americans are getting jobs. Now you got people that went to school for all of this. Now they can get hired to work at their cousins or uncles who's a rapper. You get to work at his label as an intern or an accountant or an assistant. These rappers were creating jobs. They wanted to destroy that. He said what? And shouted me out. My hairline go like what? What's wrong with my hairline? What's wrong with my mix? What's up, Keith? I'm all right. Yeah, they got a machine for me. That's good. All right, let me get my Sammy Adams.
Which one?
The Sammy Adams.
Sammy Adams? Okay, you got it.
So. I don't even know what Station Head app is. So. Yeah. All right. You can leave me open for that.
Yeah, about 3 hours ago, somebody hit that thing for $2,500, man.
Oh, which one?
The VIP lounge for the...
God, dog it.
Yeah, man.
Now I probably won't be able to get a dime out of this. Man, you know.
He hit for the grand and then had a whole bunch of spins. He got that thing up to like 26 something and then cash paid it down to 25.
I would have been out the dope. Man. Yep, I'm finna drink my beer and relax, get a couple of spins. Go hit me up, named Pharaoh. Well, thanks for the super chat, thanks for the cash app, appreciate it. Love y'all. Man, stay safe. Yep, I'll hit you later. Yep, Kwame Brown Bust Life. Don't forget to support him and his Patreon. Oh, we did a crazy Patreon last night. On the Kwame Brown Bust Life Patreon. That was crazy. But I will give y'all the Nas thing tonight. All right.